Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to the market close. Of course, this is Tuesday, March, I think it's the 10th, and we have a green day. We have a green day, of course. What's going on? There's been hints of a de-escalation in this war on Iran. Trump yesterday said that he feels like the war is pretty much complete. And he did hint very much that there could be some de-escalations, and the market's loving this. The market is loving this. So we're definitely getting some positive moves, both sides of the border. I'm liking it too. I'm liking it too. However, I have to ask the question, is he for real? Is he just saying this to get the market to behave? Because, he also said a few other things. He also talked about, well, basically taking control of a certain strait there of of the Hormuz. That would of course be troops on the ground there to control it, to let the oil through. So he's talked a lot of things. He also said that this war will end at their, on their timeline, nobody else's. Also, when you look at Iran, they've got a new supreme leader, and I don't think he wants to let it go either. So I don't think we're as close as right now as the market seems to think we are, but I'm going to take the green day. I will take it for sure. So definitely a good day on the market. And we're going to look, other than not a good day for energy, because boy, has oil crashed. Oil has come down at one point over the weekend. It was it made it up to 119. It peaked at 119. We're talking price of WTI, but it has come back down. It has come back down big time. And today, especially on the Canadian market, it was almost kind of like gold's doing well, oil's doing bad, and it's kind of a bit of a tug of war. But the green side still won out. That I like. I like that for sure. All right. Normally we talk about Blossom at this part. We'll talk about Blossom a little bit later. We'll do that after the bell. Let's just get into the market because I kind of want to just jump in. I want to jump in for sure. All right. Here we go. There is this is the TSX, as you can see. We are currently up 0.40%. So we're not, we could slide. Like we have had, the last couple of candles have been to the downside. We've now had two red candles in a row. We are slowly drifting back down. After, this was a nice pump. This is what the first half of the day is. Well, not the whole thing. Part of it was yesterday. So today actually started here. It started here. So this first part, that was all yesterday. Today, pump up, and we're starting to come back down. So I don't like that. I'm hoping it's not a situation where that's going to give us a preview of what tomorrow is going to look like. So I'm hoping to see a little bit better on this side. Obviously, anything that happens in the war between now and tomorrow can certainly have a huge influence on what the market is doing. All right. So the TSX, we are currently in red territory for the month. This blue line, those of you who are new and don't know what this blue line is, that's where we left. That's where we entered the month. That's where we entered the month. So this blue line, if we are below it, we are having a red month. And that is exactly what we're having right now. If we're above it, we're having a green month. Now we're still doing really good on the year. So from March 10th last year to March 10th this year, we are up 35.29%. So that's not too shabby at all. That's not shabby at all. Year to date, we're currently up 4.61%. So the market, not that bad. I mean, guys, this here is the all-time high. I want to point this out. We're not very far off of the all-time high. All right, switching gears and switching countries, heading down to the S&P 500, exact same show. They also had a nice strong recovery on the same, basically the same market drivers, the whole euphoria of Trump's statements from yesterday. And yeah, now they're sliding back. They're sliding back. So I don't know if there was anything new that Trump said this afternoon, but you know, it seems like it seems like the euphoria of this morning has worn off in the afternoon. We have a bit of movement to the backside, to the downside. They are, of course, also in a red month. Now, the NASDAQ is actually still in the green today. They're up 0.28. Same story, though. Green and then red. Green, red. Oh, boy. This is like, there's a lot of vol. Oh, look at this. They just flipped green again on this last candle. You might not be able to see it. If you're watching this on your phone, you probably can't see it. But if you are watching it on a desktop or a TV, you should be able to see. Well, now it's red again. Okay, that was short-lived. But they are, guys, the NASDAQ is actually in green territory for the month. So that's a nice place to see them. Mind you, they had such a horrible month last time around that blue bar, that blue line, it's not the their yardstick. It's not set that low, that high. Sorry, yeah, it's not set that high. So we'll see what they do. The Dow Jones Industrial, same story, exact same story. Green, red. They're currently down 0.09. The Russell also the same thing, but the Russells, oh boy, those little caps, they fight. They sure do fight. All right, looking at commodities. So our typical commodities, gold up 0.93, silver up 1.16, copper up 1.88, platinum also up 0.68, and oil, well, oil's rebounding. Look at this. Look at this. So oil has been sinking, but they're rebounding again. So this is making me think, guys, and let's just, you know what, let's very quickly, because I should have looked at this before the stream started, but let's just take a quick look here. All right, I was going to see if there was anything big in the news, other than apparently, well, that's a lot of people that have been injured so far in the Iran war. Yeah, we don't really have anything new popping up. Nothing new really popping up. I thought maybe if there was a driver, but we don't seem to have a driver at all. All right, I'm back once again to our thing. Crypto looking good. Bitcoin up 2.10, Ethereum up 1.88. Now, yesterday we drew Bitcoin was in this really tiny ascending channel. And you guys know I don't like ascending channels that are tiny like this one. And they did break down out of it. Now, they initially broke down. They came back in and they almost respected the top of the channel. You know, we'd have to drag this ahead a little bit. So they did that. Well, they pretty much came back to the top. And now they've broken down again. So we're going to have to see what happens. I don't trade. Like if I'm doing any of my swing trading guides, I'm not going to do it in this channel. It is way too thin. It's narrow for sure. But Bitcoin currently up 2.06%. Oh, that reminds me of something funny. Very, very funny. All right, we'll get there in a second. So MSTE flat as can be. They're currently sitting at 0.00%. But MSTE, of course, today I dropped MSTE as the video of the day. So let's, gonna pull this over here for a second here. Let's just go into this video and let's go into the comments because this is actually kind of funny. I want comments. And not just published. Let's go to, whoops. Those are the unresponded. Let's go to the responded. There we go. All right. Check it out. Gary Gill, one of the first comments of the day. I love this. So Gary Gill comes in on my MSTE video. And if you've watched the video, guys, it's, you know, it's not pro MSTE. It's very cautionary because it's, you know, there's a lot of risk there. So Gary says, so what you're saying is MSTE is safe, low volatility is, what you're saying is MSTE is a safe, low volatility ETF that I should use as my core holding. Perfect, I'll go buy more. All silliness aside, great video, Candace. But I thought that was funny. I thought that was funny. All right, anyway, let's push this all back. That was... Gary making a little appearance. So I got to get him on the channel, guys. I got to get him on the channel. And the funny thing is he wants me on his channel. I want him on my channel. I don't know why we haven't made it happen yet, but it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. All right, now let's head over to our heat maps and take a look and see what the market, sector by sector is doing. Banks actually looking pretty good today. Like, look at that. The Royal Bank up 1.50%. Scotiabank up 1.25%, and CIBC 1.66, not too shabby. And our gold stocks looking good, like Wheaton Precious Metals up 1.80, Barrick Gold up 1%. And where is, here it is, Cameco up 3.87%, so good day for uranium. But oil, of course, yeah, oil's struggling because oil came down. So we got CNQ down 1.55%, Imperial Oil's down, Cenovus is down, Suncor, Tourmaline down 1.68%. Pipelines kind of flat. They're down a little bit, but railroads, CP's up. But boy, CNR, look at them, down 1.32% today. I don't like to see that. Come on, CN, you have done so well. But here's kind of one of the downsides as well on the Canadian side. Technology. So Thomas Routers down 7.37, and Constellation Software down a wee bit, 0.84. Now Celestica, where are they at? Down here, Celestica is actually up a 1.20%. So that's not too shabby. Also Nutrium, guys, this is a good time of the year for Nutrium. They're up 0.57. All right, heading to the US. There's a lot of red. There's a lot more red than you would expect on a day that was mostly green, but they have slipped back into the red. Half of their tech is kind of split. Like, look at this. Meta's up 1.07, Apple's up 0.43, Google 0.35, Nvidia 0.91. Then you got Microsoft down 1.11. Broadcom down as well. Yeah, and Tesla, Tesla's up a wee bit. So mostly up. Eli Lilly down, Johnson & Johnson up. So maybe this whole health as a protection, as a defensive sector, maybe that's sort of losing a bit of its power. But nonetheless, pretty interesting day. A lot of red on the market. Going to crypto. It is a green day. Most crypto in the green. Bitcoin up, Ethereum, XRP. Solana is actually down a wee bit. Now, because it is a green day, we're going to take a look for our crap coin, Our crap coin of the day, we're going red. We're going deep. We're going to go so deep we can see atoms. Let's grab this one. I don't know what we got here. We're going to grab this. I'm going to push me over here. Sovrun. All right. I have no idea what this is, guys. Sovrun. Only thing I can say is I may not Sovrun, but I certainly will run away from this one. These are crap coins. I call them that because they are like going to Vegas, throwing your dice, and hoping it comes up in your favor. It probably won't. The house usually wins. So these are dangerous. These are a good way to lose money, but sometimes they are good. Is this the good one? I don't think it is, but it could be if you are interested in doing it. Or gambling with it, be sure to do a lot of due diligence. Like, read your white paper, check out the developers on their socials. Just everything you can possibly do, because you're probably going to lose your money if, for the most part. So definitely do that. All right. So yeah, this is not a great way to make money in crypto. There are better ways. Stick to your big coins. So we're talking your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, your Solana, your Cardano, your XRP, and gosh darn it, even the Dogecoin. All right, let's get back to the TSX. Oh boy, 0.28. Now, mind you, this here is 15 minutes delayed on TradingView. So There is, oh boy, there's about 30 minutes. That's about 30, yeah, there's about 30 minutes left for this to fall in the red. And I don't want to change my sign to red. Yesterday I got to change it from red to green, but I don't want a repeat of that going in the opposite direction. So let's hope everything pulls together. All right, now in the meantime, let's go big me. And let's go into the chat. We're going to start off with Roku, who says, am I late to capture the Kraken? No, maybe not. I'm not sure who thought it was a good idea to release the Kraken, but right now we don't have a Perseus and a and Medusa's head to sort of do in the Kraken. At least I think that's at least how it happened in what was it, Clash of the Titans. Stan is in the house with a good afternoon all, and Lance says good afternoon everyone. Hey Lance, how are you? Cindy is in the house with a hi everyone. Hello Cindy, how is your day going? And Scott says good afternoon everyone. Samantha's in here with a good afternoon all. Rory says hello, picked up 14 shares of EIT at 1670. Waiting for another drop to low 16s before I get the rest. Well, I hope you don't get the rest, Rory. I want to see EIT back up at 17. Good afternoon, says Paul. What a wild day. Yes, it is definitely a wild day. Up, then down. But right now we're still holding in the green, and I'm gonna hope we finish up there in the green. Abby says, good afternoon, all. Let's see, Doorpat, there was a movement of Iran placing charges or so, getting ready to attack Andy ships attempting to cross the strait, so they claim. Oh, is that what's going now? Yeah, like I haven't heard what's going on this afternoon. Why we had, investors have gone from euphoria to uh-oh. And it does, obviously, because the fact that oil is doing the sort of the opposite. It went from red to green. It's making me think it's obviously war related. And I honestly don't think we're out of the. I don't think we're out of the water yet in any way, shape, or form. Scott said I got 50 shares of EIT at 1657 today. Rory, I win. There we go. Perlovia. Hope you all had a great day as I did. Wow, was a swinger of a day. Yes, absolutely. It's actually a pretty nice day here. It's starting to get cloudy, and we've got, oh boy, we got a nice storm coming tonight. So it could be interesting. It could be interesting for sure. Oh boy. Oh, what can I say? What can I say? All right, let's see. HOD was up, now it's down. Yeah. Welcome to the teeter-totter. That's kind of the way it goes nowadays. Rory, good day, Scott. I missed it as usual. Rory had no money in the TFSA yesterday when it tanked. And Bart says, looking at the NASDAQ 5-year chart, looks like it might test the 100-day moving average of 20,000 around mid-April. Could be interesting. It could be interesting. I know that there's a lot of people who love, yeah, obviously that's a huge amount of support in that level when you're looking at it from a TA perspective. But on those really long charts, sometimes I always take them with a grain of salt. I always do, because things, they're not 100% reliable, but some people behave like they are. But I do think right now, I think the NASDAQ will be fine on the other side of this war, provided people also get off of the whole, artificial intelligence is out for our jobs and everything else. Well, maybe it is, but artificial intelligence is also, it's kind of like artificial intelligence. It's a double-edged sword, right? One edge of the sword is a good edge of the sword because it's doing things like complex protein folding. That's the type of science that you can't really do with people. Well, you can, but it takes forever. So, there's a lot of really great things I think that AI is going to do. But on the other side, there's probably a lot of bad things AI will do at the same time. In society, I think AI will change society. Well, the internet, I mean, look at the internet. The internet changed society big time. And the funny thing is, even with like the dot-com bubble burst and all of that fun stuff, the internet didn't go away. It wasn't like, it was more or less companies. And even if we get an AI bubble burst down the road, AI is not going away. AI is here to stay. There's one way AI would go away if we had a serious solar flare, like we're talking a Carrington event style, and it completely took down the entire power grid. Well, that would take down AI at the same time. But, I'm not expecting that. And, I'm not expecting it, but, doesn't mean it won't happen, but I'm still not expecting it. Shane says, waiting for Oracle earnings. Okay. And hey, everyone. All right, let's see. Hey, everyone, and let's see. I was just getting messages on my watch. I'm like, I always just take a quick glance, and I'm like, what the heck is that all about? Wahipple, we are having Snowmageddon today. Oh boy, foam doing good today. So yeah, right now we're due to get a lot of freezing rain tonight. It's going to be a ton of it. In fact, how much are we getting? I don't know, but let's take a quick gander here. We're in an orange warning. Oops. It helps if I actually bring it up when I pull it over. So yeah, we are currently in a orange freezing rain warning. And yeah, it's 25 to 35 millimeters of freezing rain. So that's a lot. That's a lot. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun. In fact, I'm going to take the garbage out tonight. Normally, I don't take the garbage out at night because I don't want animals to get at it. But tonight, I'm going to take the chance because I don't want to be trying to navigate the sidewalk in the morning because the freezing rain is going to start in the middle of the night and it's going to keep going. So all of that fun stuff. Let's just head back over here to the TSX while we're looking. Okay, it seems to be holding steady at 0.23. All right, let's see here. AAO? I don't know what that is. Michael says, hello, Candace. Did you notice the bounce in Kraken today? I did not, and that might explain Roku's initial Kraken comment if there was a big bounce. So Kraken Robotics, oh boy, let's take a look. Let's take a look. All right, Kraken Robotics, here we go. Oh, look at that, 13.20%. Yikes. Yeah, that's a pretty big jump. That's a pretty big jump. And looking at Kraken Robotics over the last year, they've been doing fantastic. I think Kraken, and I keep saying this, I think Kraken is going to be one of those companies that will get bought up. They're going to get bought. No ands, ifs, or buts about it. They will get bought. But yeah, this is another big jump. Was there anything that precipitated today's jump? Let's take a look here. Not really. Not real. Well, at least there's nothing showing up here in the press releases. I'll just take a look at the media. Nope. So nothing there. But yeah, I definitely think that there's a good opportunity there with that company to be bought. And Wahipple says one of Ontario's famous freezing rainstorms. Yeah, and it's not just us. It's going to get in Montreal too. Pretty much the worst part of the storm is going to be the Ottawa Valley stretching into Montreal. So, and they've had some very classic ice storms. For sure. Lance says, I know Norbert's Gambit is underway in Wealthsimple. Is it just the beta or can we journal from USD to CAD or vice versa yet? My understanding is that it's the beta, but I don't know if it has been released yet to the public. I think it's just the beta. But if anybody does know 100%, please let Lance know. Michael says, hi, it's a good day to be happy. All right. Nothing wrong with that. That's for sure. Oh, it's almost bell time. Oh, and guys, if you are a channel member, we do have office hours tonight. So that'll be at 7 p.m. Eastern. And our office hours are kind of different. There's like no format. It's a chill stream. I know there's at least one question that I got that somebody asked that I think they're going to show up tonight and ask about. But yeah, office hours tonight at 7 p.m. And if you're not a channel member, you won't be able to attend. Well, if you maybe if somebody were to gift some channel memberships, you might win one. That's always a chance. Or you could always join. It's a lot of fun. I like the chill streams. Kind of one of my favorites at the moment. And I'm not seeing the Nightbot because well, it is on. So yeah, we do have the Financial Express. It is on for Thursday. So we already have a show tomorrow. Wednesday is our normally scheduled show. So if you guys want to add a show on Thursday, it's the typical for gifted subs or for supers, or a combination, and that will certainly put that in. The Epic Coder says, "Is it time to sell C&Q now?" I don't know. I like C&Q even as a long-term investment. I think it's a safe stock. So I wouldn't sell it, but it's up to you. I mean, if you bought it planning to ride it up, that's a good question. It's a really good question because I don't think this is over. So, you kind of have to look at it that way. Like, if you're happy with the profit that you have right now, there's nothing wrong with selling it. That's for sure. Scott says Carnolite jumped up 33% today. KRN, really? All right, let's head over to KRN, Carnolite Resources. Okay, and this here, well, it is a penny stock, but look at that, 42%. Mind you, as a penny stock, it isn't very hard. Sometimes it's not that hard to jump, but yeah, that's a pretty big jump. I'm still always very, 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 I'm very cautious with penny stocks because, you can get these jumps, but you can also get them like right now with a jump like this, I expect it to probably retrace a little bit over the next couple of days, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, it's kind of one of these ones. To me, it's a little bit risky. If we go, are these guys even profitable yet? No, they're not even profitable at this point. So right now, their return on equity, negative 20.52. Now, I do not know if they have already done their Q4 earnings report. So maybe that's changed, but nonetheless, they're not profitable. I'm a little bit leery of them, All right, and we have a gifted membership coming in here from Lance, and that's going to L General. So the L General is now a channel member. Welcome to the channel membership, and thank you, Lance. That, of course, also opens up the Goat Squad and our evil Monopoly Goat, first out of the pen. So nice. All right. Thank you once again, Lance. And that does put us 3 away from a Thursday show. All right. Now, let's get to TA. Scotiabank price target cut to 110. Algonquin to 725. Different brokers have different price targets. Decide what level is worth for you. Interesting. Yeah. Well, I think you're going to see with the banks. Now, because the banks, with the last set of earnings, pretty much right across the board, we've seen that they are using more loan loss provisions than expected. So as a result, even though they're fine, they've got enough set aside for loan loss provisioning, that will be enough to get some of those price targets cut. And the same kind of idea with Algonquin, although not loan loss, obviously. After their last earnings report, their forward guidance wasn't as good as people were hoping. That's for sure. All right, Lance had a cluster, Frank, at work today. Used your line on the radio when someone asked about how things were in my crane. Holy banana bread. All right, why not? I like it. Yeah, guys, feel free. Use holy banana bread as much as you want. It's all of ours. Lance says, I will be listening to Office Hours while at the gym tonight. Nice. Yes, I am sore. I am actually sore right now. Here, first of all, the bell. The market is closed. Today I just, I had a pretty good workout this morning, and it left me sore. Every part of me is sore. But it's worth it. It's worth it, that's for sure. Cluster Frank gave me a good laugh here. Our Frank at work is going to get it tomorrow. I love it. I love it. If C&Q ever hits $70, I'll sell a handful for profit. Okay, fair enough. And Larry is in the house. Sold half my stuff today on this green day. Why would anyone believe that liar that things are over when they can't even hit over 1/3 of the territory? Leaves a lot left with underground sites. Yeah. I'm kind of thinking that same thing, Larry. I don't think we're close to having it over. Trump said one thing yesterday that I agree with 100%. He said, if we just sort of leave it half-assed right now, somebody will have to come back in 5 years and clean it up. So, I don't like the war, but at the same time, the worst thing I think could happen is if Trump were to taco and then just sort of declare a victory and then just pull the U.S. out and leave the entire region in a mess. I think that would be a bad idea. But we're going to see. We'll see how this rolls out. I think right now, a lot of yesterday was more about optics. I think it was about optics and about trying to get the market back on track because he hates it when the market goes down. And also oil. I think oil is really, really bugging him because, he was supposed to be the president who was going to get those gas prices down. So I can actually see him if he does decide to use ground troops. I could see him taking control of the Hormuz. I keep wanting to call it a canal, but the Strait of Hormuz. I can see him taking control of it. I can absolutely see that. All right, Mark says, hey goats, I'm on the front deck suntanning in K-Town. So weird to feel body warming up in the sun with some patches, snow still on the ground. Awesome. But even though the sun isn't super hot right now, Mark, I hope you're using some sunscreen. You want to protect. You want to protect those cells. You don't want to get skin cancer, that's for sure. Rory, when the Mad King of the South lies, his hair gets more orange. Oh boy. What do you think of Algonquin Power? It's been a while since I looked at it. All right. Now, Algonquin, and this, maybe this might be my mistake of the year, but I did list Algonquin as a stock to watch this year. And, earnings, this is earnings. So I'm not always super worried. Like you get a drop due to earnings. Okay, fine. When we look at them though for the year, I think they're still fine. I think they're still on track. As long as they bounce back from this, because they have been doing good. I mean, look at this. In the last year, they've been doing fantastic. I mean, since I made that call, basically, from here, even now, yes, they are down on the year a slight bit, but I'm gonna hold my tongue on this one until we get a bit more data and see how this drop plays out. So I'm still hoping, and I still will stand behind what I said about Algonquin for now. I could be wrong, and I'm okay if that's the case as well. All right, Larry says switched back to bullish on crude. Okay, all right, fair enough. Yep, the inverse has dropped this afternoon. Oh, and there we go. There's the financial, the Nightbot is working. All right, Michael says, have you done a video on energy stocks ETFs? I feel like energy is only going to increase in demand a lot over the next 10 plus years, right? I hardly hold any in particular right now. I've covered I've done a fair number of videos about energy. You know, from deep dives. Like I did a actually, it's interesting. I did this deep dive on XEG from, oh my God, about 3 years ago, and it still gets a lot of hits. But yeah, I do like energy for sure, and I will definitely do another. Probably a list video on energy. I can't say it'll happen right away. So right now, today's video was MSTE. The next video, Tuesday, that one will be, or sorry, not Tuesday, Friday. Friday's video, that's going to be HDIV versus VDY. And then on Tuesday, and this one will be Tuesday, I'm going to do a video on a couple more ETFs that just hit their 1 year. We're going to do a pair of them. It's going to be a pair of chip ETFs. So it'll be interesting. It'll be fun. Actually, it's going to be those two harvest ones, AMDY and AVGY. So you're going to do them both together, 2 for 1. Niece says, hi, hey, have you changed to the daylight savings time? We did. We changed on Saturday. So I spent last week, I spent last week trying to change my patterns a little bit so I would be adjusted for it. And so far it's paid off. I have the last couple of days, I've woken up at exactly 6:30. And, and some people might be like, well, Candace, just use an alarm. I don't like to use an alarm. I like to wake up. I like to let my body wake up on its own, but it is now trained. It is now trained for 6:30. So I'm liking it. I'm very much liking it. Scott, I wish we could earn interest on those daylight savings. Yeah, absolutely. Friday, by the way, guys, Friday is when we are going to find out if somebody in the community won a gold coin. I'm looking forward to it. I would very much like to win a gold coin. Or if I can't win it, one of you guys has to win it. So I think my understanding is it's going to be a scratch card or something, a virtual scratch card. So if that's the case, I'm going to do it right on the air. I'll do it on the air, well, provided we have a show on Friday. That would kind of suck. If it, we'll figure it out. Paul says, how about 8xdiv? Yeah. I'm not 100% sure if I've done a deep dive on xdiv or not. But I like xdiv. I can probably do a video for it down the road. Whoops. Rory, Saskatchewan hasn't earned interest on this since dirt. Yes, Saskatchewan hasn't. Now, Saskatchewan, this might be a really dumb question, Rory. But the time that Saskatchewan is on, is it daylight savings or is it standard time that you guys are on permanently? Now, I know that there has been some concern about BC switching permanently. And it's not a concern that they switch. The concern that I've been hearing is that they chose daylight savings time instead of standard. And part of the reason for that is it all goes down to circadian rhythms. So, your body likes to see light in the morning. And by staying on daylight savings time, especially in the winter, you'll get, like in the darkest part of the winter, you won't even get the sun coming up until after 9 in the morning. And that could have an impact. They say it could have an impact on people's, on their lives, on their overall cycle. So it may not be the most healthy choice. But, to me, I honestly, I wouldn't care which one, as long as I got one of them. Wahipple says Oracle earnings just got released on Yahoo Finance. Oh, well, how did Oracle do? Well, you know what? We can always look. Let's pull up here. Let's add Oracle. Here we go. Oracle. All right, let's see what they're doing here. All right, well, we don't have the earnings yet, but we do see right now that they are up. They are up. I'm liking that. In the after hours, they're currently sitting at 159 when they close the day at 149. So that's not too shabby. Let's see. I thought you were going to say Friday we're going to Port Dover. Port Dover? Yikes. All right. Mark says, great video on MSTE. Brilliant structural breakdown of the risk. Thanks, Prime Goat. Oh, no. I don't want to be the Prime Goat. But that's funny. CST. All right. Okay, so standard. Perfect. All right. Morley says, hi, Candace. Is there any more info on the new Harvest ETF versus Easy, I think you said? So yeah, the Easy, that's not a Harvest. It's actually an Evolve. So yeah, I don't have any new news other than the fact that it's going to launch in 2 days. So Thursday, that will be launching, and we'll be able to visit their page on Thursday as well. However, I do have some news actually. I'm just going to pull this up here. All right, here we go. So 9Point. So as you guys know, 9Point also has some of those single share ETFs. Well, they have filed a preliminary prospectus for 9 more. So they are, and this is the information that I have here is, and let's see. So they have 9 new ETFs filed. Well, here let me bring it onto the screen. So they sent me this information. So they have filed 9 new ETFs. So it's basically an expansion of the 9Point high shares lineup. Plus the launch of the 9Point Constellation software core shares ETF. Okay. I do not know what that is. So that could be very interesting. Is this Constellation software core shares? All right, we'll figure that out here once we've got a bit more interesting news, I guess, once we have more details. So let's see, the new ETFs add coverage across both Canada and US companies, including technology, resources, and industrials. I like that part. I like the industrials. I also like the resources. I think we've got enough technology ones. And let's see, so this Constellation software core shares ETF provides straightforward, unlevered single stock exposure with monthly income distribution. So we'll see what that's all about. And they're both coming in at a 0.29% management fee. So that's going to be interesting. Well, here, I can actually pull up the actual press release. Here we go. Let me see what we have here. All right, so we got the 9Point Intel high shares ETF, 9Point Alphabet, 9Point Palantir, 9Point Tesla, 9Point Nvidia. Oh, 9Point Kinross Gold. That's interesting. 9Point Celestica, 9Point Constellation Software, and this other Constellation Software as well. So I don't know if those are the Constellation, what they're talking about. It might be what they're talking about. Is there any other there's no real other information in here, but that's going to be cool. I mean, we'll certainly take a look at those when they come out and see what they got. I do not know. Let's just head back over here for a minute. I do not know if these new ones are going to be added to any of the current. So you got CCHI. I don't know if it's going to be added to that, but it could be really interesting. It could be very, very interesting. All right, whoops, here we go. All right, Wahipple. Yeah, the MST videos I have watched to date. Nice. Let's see. Rory, although Lloydminster is mountain time on the Alberta side. And Ian says, being from Saskatchewan, not seeing the sun in the morning is normal for me, but I had to leave the house at 6 in the morning for work 5 days a week. Lucky Friday the 13th for the gold draw. Oh, guys, Friday the 13th has always been a lucky day for me because I was born on a Friday the 13th. So, this coin might just be mine. I'm just saying, might be. Rory, it's nice to see the sun at 6 p.m. now, though. Yeah, it is. Like right now, like it's still nice and sunny out there. I'm liking it. Wahipple, the Evolve press release that says Easy holds Canny, Biggie, and Inti. Oh, does it? Okay, perfect. And we kind of figured that. We've kind of figured that. I imagine it's also going to be, well, is it going to be holding Sexy? It better be holding Sexy. You want at least the one that's doing half decent in there, right? But yeah, I mean, obviously we'll be able to completely dissect what they're dropping here in, well, 2 days. Let's see. Roy says, cannot see any mountains from anywhere in Saskatchewan either, unless you go to the potash mines. All right, fair enough. Cypress Hills is as close as we have to mountains. All right, and I don't know if I've ever been to Cypress Hills. You know, and let's see. Isn't Cypress Hills a hip hop group? That's a good question. I'm not sure about that. Okay, now up, and I mentioned I would talk about this a little bit later, and we'll do it now. Blossom. So as you guys know, there's an internal contest going on over there at Blossom with the ambassadors. We've all been split into teams. So we each have our own division, and they've done it so that all the little channels are in the little division and such. I'm in the little division. And we're trying to crown some winners, and I think there's prizes. And right now, I'm in 5th place in my division. I'm in 5th place. Actually, I can show you guys. I can actually show you. Here we are. So yeah, here we are. This is me. Oh, I'm in 6th place. I am now in 6th place. So I'm Blue Whale. We're all given names after animals, colored animals. So I am Blue Whale. I'm sitting here with 4 installs. Right now, it was 8 yesterday that we have to, but this Lavender Fox person, they got 12. I'm like, what the heck? So guys, if you have not yet checked out Blossom, one, why haven't you? It is awesome. I mean, it's a great way to just interact. You know, going to something like Twitter, if you want finance type talk, you're not gonna get it, or you're gonna get some really bad finance talk. At least over in Blossom, it's like-minded people, a lot of fun there. So I will drop. Let me just drop this right now. So right here, this here is my code. If you guys can do me a solid, head over, install it. If you get over there too, follow me, and I'll tell you why. Let's go to the normal Blossom. Oh, yeah, here, I just promoted this. And there's Dave. There's Dave, everybody. So, yeah, you know, I get in there with Dave. But I go to the main screen. I normally don't read the normal feed. And the reason I don't is I want to see what you guys are posting. So I will come in here and I will, holy banana bread, I just followed back everybody quite literally, well, 3 hours ago. So we got Pandari, we got Alicia, we got Vinay, and Rose. We got Rosilla. Rosilla. I'm terrible with names, guys. Please forgive me. Oh yeah. Oh, look at this. I like this. So I also will go into the mentions. So if you guys want me to see something that you've posted over there, just put an @Mountain Finance on it. In this case here, right here, coffee chat with a blossomer. Oh, it's in there. Nice. So yeah, this has been this whole thing like, and oh guys, you know what? I brought this up the other day and we were going to mention it. So guys, don't pick me. Don't pick me. But if you could have, and we won't even narrow it to Blossom. We'll just say, if you could have coffee with one YouTuber, any financial YouTuber, who would it be? And I know you would all say me, but let's just put me out of the running on this one. Just anybody but me. Who would I have coffee with? You know what? I think for me, I would choose the plain bagel. You know, because one, we're in the same city, so we don't have to go that far. And I like the way he thinks. I like his analysis. So I would say the plain bagel. So who would you guys do? Yeah, I like this. I'm going down to, I don't know how far down it is. But yeah, there's a comment in here. Anyway, there's a comment in here that I have to go in and comment on. I'll do that later. I won't go looking for it right now. But yeah, coffee chat. Who would you guys talk to? Who would you want to talk to? Spend some time. Just kind of a thing that I like. I like. All right, now let's see here. While we're doing that, let's see here. Oh, there's the Nightbot. Rory says, I don't know. But that wasn't to my question, I don't think. Lance, I found an ETF stock. I forgot what it was for bulk shipping on the TSX, but I lost it. I think dry bulk shipping might be a good investment, especially since the war is over. Oh, especially once this war is over. Okay, that's a totally different thing. BD. Okay, so B dry. So dry goods maybe. B dry. Okay, it's one in the U.S. Okay, interesting. Danielle says, hello, Candace. What do you think of U.S. stock that are in Canadian dollars? Example, Meta CDR. Are they any good if I don't want to convert my money in USD? All right, so your CDRs, those are certificate of depository receipts. So CIBC, for example, has a lot of the US ones. So they're a way that you can invest in Canadian dollars to things like Meta. So they behave, so, you know, it's basically what CIBC does is they basically buy some Meta and they split it up into, I don't know how many parts. You could probably figure that out. If you looked at the price of Meta and then the price of the CDR, just did a, you know, simple little math, a division there, that would tell you roughly how many pieces they split it up. So it's like buying fractional shares, but it's all done in Canadian dollars. You don't have to worry about conversion rates or anything like that. However, I will say they don't do it for free. There is a back-end fee on it. So, you know, you are losing a little bit by doing it, but you are, you know, I like to use them personally for swing trading. I use them a lot for that because then I don't have to worry about currency conversions and all of that stuff. But no, I think they're fine. Like, I do think they're fine, but just as long as you're aware that you are losing a tiny bit when it comes to fees in the background. That's the one thing to keep in mind. But the other, you know, other than that, you can. Now, here's another option too. Like, you can, you know, most brokers will let you, you know, buy a U.S. stock. And you can keep it in your, you know, even keep it in your Canadian account. But when you do that, you, of course, you know, you're paying conversion. You're usually paying a bunch of currency fees in the process. So, you know, I don't like to do that personally, but it is a thing. It is a thing. All right. Roku. Hi, Candace. Did you bug Brandon B about investigating a change to Blossom to split out holdings by account? I'd consider buying if that option were there. Stock Events doesn't offer enough for me to pay. I want to say I did, but I forgot to do it. But you know what? I will do it today. In fact, just give me a second here. I'm going to copy this. There we go. And not just copy it. I'm bringing it up as a screenshot. I'm just going to keep it here. I'm going to keep it here. I won't keep it on this side. I'll keep it on my other side. So that way there, I make sure, you know, it's there. I'll see it. I'll do it. Actually, I need to collapse it a bit because it's way too big. There we go. But yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that today. No ands, ifs, or buts about it. All right, let's see here. All right, Paul says the 9-point CSU ones look like one is with leverage and one without leverage. Maybe, you know, and that's interesting because actually the funny thing is in the email, my contact at at 9 Point said, you know, in regards, you know, to the email I sent you yesterday, I'm like, what email? I didn't get an email yesterday, but you know. Let's see. Be Wet is one for tanker shipping. I think tanker shipping was the ticker I had but lost. Okay. All right. I don't know which ticker you had. Like, I could come in here and just type in tanker and see what we get here. Let's see, on the Canadian side, oh, we got all kinds of US ones, all kinds of TK, Pyrus tankers. Yeah, well, that's too bad. All right, let's see. So the 9-point CSU no leverage could be a way to own CSU without buying a whole share. Maybe. Yeah, I mean, obviously, yeah. You mean, because obviously you would be buying it. Now, keep in mind, though, is there going to be covered calls on it? I think, but I'm not sure. So we'll have to see what these are going to look like. Like, I don't know anything about the structure, like with the covered calls. I do know that 9-point tends to not be super aggressive, so they're probably going to be OTM, but we'll have to find out. All right, and Roku says another thing I don't like about Blossom is that I can't sort comments by date. Maybe that's a paid feature. I don't know. I have the paid version. Let me see. Whoops, if I can sort the comments by dates. Let's see. Top comments. Oh, I got most recent. Most recent. There we go. Yeah. So most recent is there. Oh, somebody talking about me. I like it. All right. So yeah, see if you have that drop down, the most recent Roku, because I can't see them doing that, making that a paid only feature. That would be kind of dumb. So yeah, I think you should be able to. I think you should be able to do it. All right. If you were born on Friday the 13th, and guessing you were born on June 13th, 1986, no, that's incorrect. Let's see here. Does Michael Saylor count from Strategy? He's a YouTuber. Sure. You know what? Yeah, sure. Why not? Well, no, he's not a Canadian YouTuber though, Monthly Mint. Pick a Canadian YouTuber. Let's see. Adriano only because it would give me a reason to visit Panama. All right, fair enough. Yeah, why not? Let's see. Playing the Van Halen song all the way there, or the Van, yeah, there we go. Yeah, Panama. Yeah, good song. Let's see. Sorry, I meant postings. I can't sort comments. Oh, you can't sort Oh, well, that's interesting. Let me go to the home page. Because, yeah, I know they use an algorithm. And, yeah, you're right. There is no way to sort these, is there? Huh. Yeah, because I know the way it works is that it's not necessarily by date. Sometimes I think there's an algorithm that will pick ones. I don't know exactly how their algorithm works, but oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Okay. Huh. Samantha says heard Go Easy stock took a big hit. Oh, wow. Oh, that's wonderful news. Oh, sorry. I probably shouldn't have said. I'm not a big fan of Go Easy. I feel like they're predatory lending. So if they take this is great news. Sorry. Look at this. They dropped from 114 down to 49. Oh, yeah, that's quite the hit. That's quite the hit. I'm not being very biased I'm not being very unbiased on this one, but yeah. Oh, let's go to the 1 year. Oh my gosh. Let's go to the 3 year. Oh, something must have happened though. Something must have happened. All right, let's go to the news. Oh, this is lovely. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be happy at the misery of this company, but I like I said, I'm really not liking it. Let's see here. So today, let's see here. A Canadian Investment Regulatory Organization trade resumption. So looks like they had their trade suspended at one point today. Yeah, here it is, trading halt. Let's take a quick look at that. Yeah, they had a temporary suspension on trading yep, doesn't tell me why, but obviously I think they have, let's see, it's fourth quarter earnings. When are these due to come out here? Let's see, it says that they're announced that they expect to incur an incremental charge off of 178 million against some of their loans. But yeah, I expected Q4. Yeah, I'm not going to read all of this, guys, because, you know, I can't really find exactly what caused them to drop as much as they did, but they had quite the drop. Actually, you know what? Let's actually see if we can actually get their earnings here. Let's see here. Go easy. Here we are. Let's add it up. Let's take a gander. Look at this drop. Yeah, I'm not getting anything in here on their earnings. I don't know if maybe their earnings were dropped. I know. I was going to say after hours, but no. They're not giving me their earnings, but yeah, go easy. They went easy without a parachute, it looks like. So, oh boy. Wow. All right. I'm going to stop having too much joy over Go Easy crashing and burning. Rory, Dan from Stock Trades went over Go Easy. Pretty sketchy business practices. Yeah. And that's why, like I said, you know what? I don't mind a company making money. That's what being a company is all about. But you can do it without getting into that whole predatory lending and taking advantage of people. So, yeah, I have no sympathy for them, none at all. Danielle, doesn't it matter tax-wise if you are holding a CDR in your non-registered account? No. Now, what I mean by that is like any of the U.S. stuff. So when you're thinking of withholding tax, you're not going to pay any withholding tax at all. Now, mind you, so CIBC, which is doing a lot of these U.S. ones, there may be withholding tax that they're losing, that they may actually be paying to the IRS. So this happens way before, when you look at what it shows on your, whether you're looking at it on TSM or, wherever you're looking, you still get whatever they're showing. So you're not losing any of that. That's already been calculated in. And usually with a big company like something like CIBC, they're not paying 15% withholding. They've got deals. They've got deals with the IRS, and plus some of it may be structured in a way that it's not even entirely considered distribution. So there's a lot of different plays that they can move to sort of prevent, losing a lot of money. All right, Rush Subdivisions is in my head right now. All right, there's another good Canadian band. Let's see, I don't own it, but I know how much you love it. Yes, there we go. Scott, be cool or be cast out, Rory. Let's see, well, is that who you want to have lunch with? Geddy Lee is not a financial YouTuber, though. These ETF providers need to single stock versions of Canadian stocks at 100% is the single stock at 25% coverage. Yeah, no, I would like to see some of these single stocks with less aggressive. It's like OTM, like some straight up OTM. Like I think the closest we have right now are the 9.1s. But yeah. Let's see, 25% covered call on VOO. All right, Ben Felix. There you go. Like C-Day. Yeah, C-Day's not bad. I like C-Day. And C-Day has actually done pretty good. Oh, and the Nightbot. Yeah, guys, we are 3 away from adding a show on Thursday. Paul, is Go Easy a buy now? Well, it probably, if you're okay with their business model, it might be. I would want to find out exactly what caused them to drop that much, though. So I would say they might be, but use caution. Like a company doesn't drop, you don't drop 59, almost 60% if there isn't some serious problems. This to me is like something's wrong at Go Easy. So, and not just the predatory lending thing. So I would be very careful. Let's see, Rory, more like bye-bye. Go Easy went hard. All right. And Kelly says, did you see the news about RBC and maybe other banks cutting available credit? If you have unused line of credit, they are snipping it by a huge percentage. I did not see that. It's not surprising, though. It's not surprising considering, the state of the economy. I can see them taking away unused credit, which is kind of is sucky too, because if you think about it, a lot of people have a lot of unused credit because that's how they build a utility, which is one of the key metrics used for determining your credit rating. So all of a sudden, if you have like a 90% utility, and in comes the bank and cuts half of that away, and all of a sudden your utility is no longer 90%. It might be like, a lot lower. So yeah, I don't particularly like them doing it. What I would say though is if banks are doing this right across the board, I would hope the credit bureaus would maybe adjust the weighting of utility, because obviously that would not be fair to people who do pay all of their bills on time and who do pay all of their cards on time and their debts and their mortgage and everything else. Let's see, Paul, people are broken or not buying furniture on installments. Why go easy is down. Well, yeah, there is that too. There is that too. That's certainly impacting their bottom line. But that's a big drop, though. It feels like too big to be explained by something as simple as that. Die Hard, yeah. Chen Yen from living in Canada. I got into self-directed investing because of her. Nice. I don't know if I've watched I guess Chu Yen. I don't think I've watched her, so yeah, I'll have to check. I'll have to check her out. I do every so often, guys. One of the things I do like to do. Here, let's actually let's do this here again. We're going to bring over here. We're going to go to the main page, actually, and then we're going to go into analytics and audience. So I do like to. Let's just see here. I like to come in here every so often and look at this. These are the channels that you guys watch. And right now, pretty much, these are the top ones. So right now, the most popular channel that all of you guys watch, not all of you guys watch, but the majority of you, we got passive income investing. So that's Adriano. Then you got Gary Gill, passive income investor, Better Call Saul, Perry's PI Verse. Then Beavis Wealth, Investing Simplified, Professor G. I've never heard of this guy. Apex Wealth Collective, Golden Larch Investing, Angry Mortgage Podcast. Guys, I've never heard of that one. I kind of want to. The name is very intriguing. Whoops. Oh, yeah, here he is. Angry Mortgage Podcast. All right. No. Have to see how angry he gets. Interesting. All right. I may have to check that one out. And let's see. And we also got Old Fish, Tom Nash, Gareth Soloway, Covered Call ETF Investing. Oh, there's Jordan. And Verified Investing. There. So those are the ones. I'm like, all right, that's pretty cool. All right. Oh, I just noticed something. Oh, we got a gifted Mountain Finance membership. Mark is in the house, gifting it to, Navi. Navigil has won. Congratulations. You'll be able to go to tonight's market. I was going to say tonight's market close. No, this is the market close. Office hours. So thank you very much, Mark. And that is, of course, another goat. That is our Bay Street goat, who is now in the building with the bell. And that does put us 2 away from adding a show on Thursday. All right. Wonderful. Great. Thank you very much, Mark. And where were we? I was at Lance. All right. Now, Rory. Let's see, I started self-directing with Phil Town, a popular U.S. investor, and Tony Robbins get in the game. All right. Anzi says, oil price is still high. Should we buy agricultural stocks? DBA or wheat or wheat, corn, soy? I will say right now, this is the time of the year that a company like Nutrien is making a lot of their money, because if you got some of these, well, I guess you could call Nutrien agricultural. The potash, potash, nitrogen, all of that stuff, this is the time that they make a lot of sales. So they tend to do pretty well in the going into the spring because people need it for the planting season. So this is the time. So yeah, if you wanted to, if you wanted to get in on something like that, you probably would make some profits over the next little bit. Now on the other side, of course, going into the fall, those prices will come back down a little bit, of course. All right. Paul says, doesn't Go Easy have furniture stores in strip malls? I don't know if they have their own furniture stores. I thought they were more or less sort of in in a lot of these furniture stores. I don't know if they own them or not. Maybe one of you guys might know, but I don't know. Ian says, holy crap, we are a bunch of financial nerds, or is that list just the financial channels? It's just the financial channels. Yeah, they're not going to show me, well, obviously, and this makes sense. Well, maybe they are the most popular in our group, but, you got to look at it this way. Everybody who's here is probably here because of finance. Like, if you're a big fan of Lego, this is probably not the channel you're choosing, right? So I think that's going to be overlaps. So that's probably why those all show up. But it'd be funny if a non-financial channel made that list. Maybe it will one of these days. Danielle says, I learned so much from you. Thank you very much. You're welcome. That's what I'm here for. All right. Lance, she came up on my news feeds randomly one day, and let's just say I was completely enamored. I've watched Professor G, Investing Simplified, and he is good, but he doesn't really do Canadian ETFs. Okay, fair enough. All right, old fish, new fish, red fish, blue fish. All right. Kelly says, I'm relieved that my eclectic YouTube channel history didn't land on that list. Okay. That's fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, like if, I watch a lot of things that I probably wouldn't want on that list too. Now that sounds naughtier. That sounds naughtier than it should, but I watch reaction channels. I watch channels. I watch some music channels. Because I like older music. I like the '80s stuff a lot. I watch a lot of science stuff. All right. Rory says, I think tomorrow we could see a red day again. Let's take a gander here once again. All right, let's head back over to the TSX. All right, the TSX did hold steady. So could we? Kind of, when you look at the trend in the afternoon, it kind of hints that. But you know what we might see, Rory? We might see an inverse of this, where we get a little bit of red for the first half of the day and then finish off green. So we could see an inverse. That would be kind of interesting. All right. I think Samantha has a few. I think she has a few little channels she probably doesn't want everyone to know about too. I think everybody does, to be honest. Let's see, Candace. You need to watch the Angry Mortgage podcast. All right. I have never watched the Angry Mortgage podcast, so I will have to check it out. Ian says, I watch retro video game channels. Okay, so is that like, Pac-Man today? Or I'm not, I'm just thinking of retro video games. Obviously, Pong. Martin says, all right, Easy Home is their lease to own furniture. Oh, is it? Okay, see, I did not know this. All right, that's interesting. So is Go Easy the parent company of Easy Home, Easy Financial? So we definitely got Easy Home. So maybe. Holy banana bread. Nonetheless, though, they're not having a good day. Oh, so good. All right. Let's see. Circle, CRCL or CRCY skyrocket recently. And what your thoughts about stable coins integration into current financial system? I'm kind of two camps. Like, I like the idea of, I actually kind of like, and this is going to be odd, I think. I kind of like the idea of, each country taking their monetization and moving it digital. Whether that is a form of crypto or not, I don't know. But I kind of like that idea. But at the same time, you know, it's good to have I guess a paper money system too. So, you would almost like have sort of both. And the reason I think that it's good to have a paper money system is, what happens in a prolonged power outage? It doesn't have to be like, even if it's like a 3-day power outage, like they had that big one in Ontario. Well, most of Eastern, I think Eastern Quebec, I think was in it too. And that was back in 29 or 2009? Or was it 2008? No, I think it was 2009. They had that big one. If everything is electronic at that point, you don't have any way to actually buy things, and that sort of becomes a bit of a problem. So I don't know. This is a really good question. I think there needs to be. I like the idea of there being. I think both. I think both at the same time. So, eventually, like the Bank of Canada, I think eventually we'll have a digital loonie. Will it be technically crypto? I don't know how it's going to look, but I think it will happen at some point. Let's see. Martin says, I think they suspended their dividend. Might be why the sell-off. Oh, well, that could be interesting. Yeah. That could certainly drive a sell-off. It's still a really big sell-off. Oh, boy. Actually, you know what? Here, let me try something. There's one place where they might have information. Let's see. Oil prices, Gordon Reed. Nope. Defense stocks, G7, market outlook, Germany, hot sheet. Nope. No, I was thinking sometimes if there's like a really big financial story, it usually ends up on BNN, but not this time. Not this time. Oh, well. Excuse me. If so, I'm glad to see their price tag. They should change their name from Go Easy to Greasy. Oh, boy. Let's see. Retro video game channels dubbed with Japanese stories of horrible husbands trying to take over the inheritance of the family business. It's background noise. Yikes. Now I'm really glad I'm not watching, I'm not looking at your your history, Kelly. Although it would probably still be interesting. I hate to admit it, but it probably would. Paul, I was looking at Nutrien but wanted income, so found CDAY. That Nutrien is number 5, and CMVP, the underlying ETF in CDAY. There we go. Yeah, absolutely. All right, and yeah, we are 2 away from adding a show on Thursday. Rory, BNN Canada might have news on Go Easy. That was BNN Canada. Yeah, that is BNN Canada. They don't seem to have any news yet. All right. Lance says, the channels I watch depend on the time of year. I watch camping outdoors channels more in the winter when I'm getting the itch for camping. All right. Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. I did watch, and I have no desire to go out in the woods and build my own log cabin. But I know one day during the pandemic, I was so bored, I watched this, I think it was a 3 to 4 hour video on a guy just going out in the woods and building a cabin from scratch. I was like, all right, I'm in for it. Let's see what we got. Kelly says, I've been forced to divest an account during this crappy market. Death in the family. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Now I have to decide to either just buy the same or start over. Well, I mean, I would look at it this way. If the account, if you really liked it, if it was fundamentally sound, I would use that more or less as inspiration for building, because now sometimes it is nice to start fresh, rebuild, and then you can sort of build, you can look and say, okay, what little mistakes did I make last time? How can I fix that? What type of a foundation do I want? Are my investment goals the same as they were when I built the previous account? So there's a lot of things I think that can go into that. So that can be, it can be a good thing. It can be a good thing. And, building, starting fresh sometimes. Lance says, I watch VLDL, parodies and skits of video games, dad joke channels, channels for learning about income tax and financial channels. I also use YouTube to look up resort places I plan to visit. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Going right back up already, 86. Oh, oil. That's got to be oil. Yeah. Look at this, currently at 85. $85 at the moment, but yeah, oh boy. It was on there on the right. Okay. Was it? Let me take a look. All right, I must have missed it. All right, and you said it was on there. Oh, here it is. There we go. Let's take a look. All right, Go Easy share sinks 60% after it withdraws guidance and suspends dividend. All right. Oh boy. Oh, you know what? Both of these are bad things that you can do, withdrawing your guidance as well as suspending a dividend. Ah, boy. Yeah, let's see here. So all right, so let's see. So they suspended their dividend and they announced it would take more than 200 million in charges in the fourth quarter and withdrew their financial guidance. Yikes. Yeah, that's pretty big. And then they're expecting 178 million charged for bad loans. Well, you know what though? This is the thing. When you're kind of in a predatory lending situation, these are the type of people who are more prone, they're more prone to have bad loans. So it's not surprising that they're paying for that. And they've also net increase for allowance for credit losses, of course. There we go. And yeah, other than that, we don't have a lot. We don't have a lot more. Okay, so they haven't released, these results aren't being released until the 25th. So this is just on the news. So we'll see what happens when they release the results on the 25th. But yeah, there we go. Thank you, Martin. I completely missed that. All right, I like the DBK channel, Dutch Bushcraft Knives. Okay, nice. Paul, on BNN on the right side, it said changing guidance and suspended dividends. Yep, we got it. Let's see, Dan Kent will maybe make a video on Go Easy again. Maybe. I don't want to make a video on Go Easy because I won't go easy on them. Martin, hey guys, hit the like button. Does help this awesome financial learning channel. Thanks, Candace. You're great. Well, thank you, Martin. Yeah, and guys, you know what? I don't think Mary's here. That's why. I totally forgot all about the like button. How did we do without anybody saying, yeah, we're at 43. That's not too bad. So yeah, definitely feel free to hit that again. All right, Paul says ADHD looking only on the left side of the BNN website. There we go. Big vindication on Dan's part. Yeah, absolutely. What can I say? It's pretty cool. All right, guys, we are getting to the end. We got about 6 minutes left. I tend to keep these ones pretty tight because I am back on again tonight for the for office hours. I can't wait. I love office hours. Those are fun. So if you got your last minute questions, get them on in. And if you did want to add a Thursday show, we are 2 away. So you have that opportunity. Well, you got about 2. I was going to say you got about 6 minutes, roughly 6 minutes. Marin says, if Mary is not here, can I be your backup? Sure. All right. You can be the... all right, she'll be the official captain of the like button, and Marin, you can be the unofficial captain of the like button. There we go. I like it. That works. That means I do get to have coffee. Oh, so good. Rory says 7 likes, Mary. Yeah. All right. Well, you know what? I'll just refresh it one more time. Why not? got to use the test box for something. So yeah, just as we talked about it, we quickly picked up 7, so that took us up to 50. So yeah, you know what? It's a chill day. I'm okay with 50. I don't care. Marin says, awesome, thanks. Enjoy your coffee. Absolutely. Oh, let's see. I hope Mary wasn't in Go Easy. Oh, I hope so. Yeah, yeah. This is, and here's the thing. If you were invested in Go Easy, now that we kind of have an idea why they fell, I wouldn't take the loss, guys. I don't like the company, and I took a little bit of joy at them falling, but I would not take the loss. I would not take the loss. They probably will rebound a little bit, so. All right, Mark is in with a gifted Mountain Finance membership. That is our Space Goat. This is my favorite one. Out of all of the Goat Squad, the Space Goat is my favorite one. So thank you very much, Mark. And Amanda has won a membership. So congratulations, Amanda. And Mark came in with another gifted membership. Holy banana bread. Mark, you're carrying everybody on your back today. And that's also a goat. That is our Professor Goat. So our math goat and that's Thursday. We have a show on Thursday, guys. Bang, boom, it's that easy. Holy banana bread. Bleak is in the house with a hey all. And Mark says, a Thursday show, you're my drug. Awesome. I'm just trying to think what. Holy banana bread drug. I don't know. HBD. Holy banana. HBBD. All right. Anyway, trying to come up with my drug name. I can't believe it. That's fine. That's fine. Oh boy. So guys, and who won that one? Eric. Hey, Eric. Congratulations. Guys, just so you guys know, when you become a channel member, you do get a whole bunch of things. You get to see, first of all, you get to see every video 24 hours early. So, and usually it's even a little bit more. Like I think today, I think yesterday, the MSTE one, I think I had that up by about 1 o'clock or maybe 1:30. But you get to see that. You also get to attend all of the office hours. Now, the first office hours of the month, though, like last week's, I open it for everybody, so everybody can come into that one. In addition to that, I also do a daily what I'm swing trading. So I like to put that out each day so you guys have a general idea of what I'm doing. And, not to say you should be copying me, but, it gives you an idea of behind the scenes of that aspect of my trading. So that is also pretty cool. I'm always looking for other things to do for the channel members, of course. All right, guys, holy banana bread. We are there. We are at the end for now. But I am back here, like I said, at 7 p.m. tonight. We got office hours. That's going to be our chill stream. I love office hours. They're just so much fun. It's so much fun to come in here and I don't have to throw in a bunch of energy. It's just like, it's just like chill. But yeah, we'll be back in here tonight and we will be here tomorrow for a market close as well as Thursday. And, you'll have an opportunity Thursday if you want to add a Friday show, which I would recommend because then you get to see we'll get to see who wins the gold coin. I can't wait. All right, guys, until next time. I do have a couple of things I want to just quickly say before I go. And you guys know what I'm going to say. It is bye-bye.